welcome back to another pregnancy update video. Today I'm going to be discussing being pregnant in your first trimester, living in an RV. For those of you who probably don't know, if you've never watched a lot of my videos, I do live in a fifth wheel. If you can't tell by my background, like, I don't live in a traditional house. So being pregnant in your first trimester, if you have ever been pregnant, first off, you have like this supersonic sense of smell. And the black tank, if you live in an RV, basically what a black tank is, for those who don't live in an RV, is where all your poop is. Like, it's a tank underneath your house and it holds gallons upon gallons of your waste. Your toilet paper, poop, pee, whatever you flush down the toilet, it goes into one tank. You have a gray tank that is pretty much your bath water, your dish water, like when you wash your dishes and stuff like that. That's basically what your gray water tank is. So with the extra heightened sense of smell, you can smell everything. And then even when it's dump day, like when it's time for you to dump your black and gray water tank, like, the smell is bad just for a normal person. But once you're pregnant and you can like literally smell things 3 miles away, it is even more like, oh my gosh, like, I cannot believe we've been dumping this crap for like 3 years and it's been like, you know, it stink. But now it's like, damn, that stank so bad. The second thing that is kind of like not the funnest thing now about living in an RV in my first trimester is the movement of the RV. I don't know if you guys can tell, but sometimes my camera kind of wobbles or shake, and that's just because I'm sitting here either moving my hands and there's a little bounce in the RV, or else if Maggie gets up and walk, which is my dog, if she gets up and walk, there's a whole shift in movement in the RV just because you live on wheels. So it's like, it's nothing that you can really necessarily do about that, but it's just the fact that your home moves all the time. And if you're the pregnant lady in your first trimester that is nauseous or sick all the time, and if you live in a fifth wheel, I hadn't been like really nauseous or anything like that, and I haven't thrown up at all in my pregnancy. But I think that will be like a negative, because your house is constantly moving. If you're laying in the bed and your spouse is up and your house is just rocking, you're trying to get sleep or whatever, it's like, it's really, really annoying. So I know that we're probably going to need to get some more stabling jacks and some more support systems so that our RV isn't shaking or rocking as much. But we've been living in our RV for 3 years. You know, some things are tolerable, but when you get pregnant, it just heightens a whole bunch of crap. It's like, it's so annoying. So that is another thing that I noticed that kind of changed with me living in the fifth wheel. If I say fifth wheel or RV, it's pretty much the same thing. So the third thing that I had noticed about like me maneuvering different in our RV, which I should have done a long time ago, since we've already lived in here for 3 years. And if you stayed in an RV, you know the first thing you change is the RV mattress. We still have our original sofas in the RV that came with the RV, and now that I'm like in my first trimester, I'm almost in my second trimester, but it is so annoying to sit on the couch. It's like, they're not comfortable. They have not enough cushion. I don't know how in the world I've been sitting on the cheap furniture that your RV comes with. I have no clue like how I've been tolerating the couches. Like, I have back spasms and I hadn't had one in like years upon years, but because of everything that's going on in your body and probably like the stress and everything, you guys, I literally had a back spasm and I couldn't get out of this bed for 5 days. And I know it's because of the way that I'm sitting on the couch and the way that my spine is positioned. So we are looking into getting more couches now And before, like I said, that was something that was not irritating, nor it didn't bother me beforehand. Another thing that has changed is because I smell so well now, the windows always have to be open. If you live in an RV park, you know that there's really no way to get away from the smells. Even if the tank is dumped, even if my house is completely clean, there's no trash and the trash can is like, there is no way to get away from some smells if you've been pregnant in an RV. And just having the windows open 24/7 and the fans on to circulate air around is pretty annoying, because you can just hear everybody's crap outside. And then if they're having like a fire, or if they're cooking outside, and the smell comes into your house, and it's just kind of like there is no way for you to just get fresh air besides turning on your AC. But if you guys live in a motorhome, you know that it is so loud to just turn that on, and then it's just kind of like, you want fresh air. You don't want AC. You want fresh, clean air, and that's it. And it's just very difficult to get fresh, clean air when you can smell everything, like just everything under the sun. So my last thing about living in an RV in my first trimester, it would have to be the anticipation of moving. If you live in an RV, you understand what I'm saying. I know I've said that throughout this whole video. Like, if you live in an RV or whatever, like, hopefully some of you guys are not just hair people from my original channel and just not pregnancy people, but it's some RV people that's out there watching this video. But it's like, sometimes moving this RV can be so stressful, because you have to make sure everything is pulled in. You have to make sure everything is taken down. You have to make sure all of your I's is dotted and all your T's is crossed before you hook up your truck to your trailer, your fifth wheel trailer, whatever. If you live in a class A, I think it will probably be a little bit better, because you don't have to worry about the extra hitches and stuff that you have to do with having a trailer or a fifth wheel. It's like, just thinking about having to move, it was already a little stressful before, just because we have been winging this thing for 3 years and we've never really like drove an RV before, like reversed an RV, and this is like our third time actually moving it to our next site. No, 2, 4, 6. This is our 6th. So yeah, it's gonna be our 6th time moving it, but it's still kind of like, oh my gosh, like, is everything gonna go right? Like, I'm just praying that everything goes well. So just the thought of actually having to take everything down in the RV, make sure everything is secure and it's not gonna fall, and also being just extremely fatigued and tired. I don't know how often you guys have to move, but we have to move every 6 months. Just the thought of having to take all of my stuff down. Yes, I have my husband with me, but I don't want him to just have to be doing everything. But I guess now that I'm pregnant, I would just have to do things a little bit at a time, instead of like waiting until that morning or the night before and taking stuff down and making sure everything is in order for us to move. But just thinking about moving this RV is kind of giving me a little bit anxiety, and being stressed out while you're pregnant is most definitely not good. So I'm like trying to chill out and not think about that. But those have been some of the differences that I've noticed with my body living in this RV in my first trimester. So if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave comments down below if I left anything out. If you're curious about me being pregnant in an RV, first time mom, just let me know down in the comments section, because I know this is not the traditional way of living, and also me raising a kid in an RV is not the traditional way of raising a kid. But hey, who cares? You don't have to do things traditional all the time. So just let me know down in the comment section if you have any more questions, and thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.